Class 10 students, welcome to Diksha Vedantu and welcome to the most underrated comeback plan that nobody on this whole YouTube is telling you, that you need to reach that level of academics that you need in your class 10th boards. Now beta, at most of the places your PT tests will be over and you probably have an idea where you lag or you need more study, more revision or not. And it will probably given you an idea of your backlogs as well, right? So in this comeback plan beta, we are going to talk about everything that you need to come back in such a manner that your boards won't suffer because of these 1 or 2 months that we kind of wasted because of whatever reason. Now beta, talking about comeback, the first thing you need to think about are your backlogs. Now talking about backlogs, these can be for multiple reasons. Okay, you maybe took your class 10th lightly, you maybe had summer vacations and you wasted them completely just enjoying the summer vacations, not studying at all, or maybe you were distracted, lazy, or maybe you were traveling. All parts of the reasons, and maybe some of the unavoidable issues, maybe health, maybe some family. It's completely valid. You are not alone and it's completely valid. And but beta, this pressure of not doing the work, not studying is still there in your head. We all know that, right? And that creates a heaviness that how I'm going to complete this whole syllabus, and now that PT test also went a little wobbly, what should I do? So if these are all the reasons, these are all the questions you have in your mind, then you are on the right video, and watch this video till the end to know the right approach, the exact strategy you should follow to top your 10th boards, because our goal is boards, right? Now beta, talking about this backlog, you have to first focus on the process, not just on the output. When we talk about backlogs, of course, these are the things I didn't do. But in those things as well, most of you maybe remember the concepts. You studied in school, you studied in your coaching, but you didn't just revise it. So you know the concept, you just didn't revise it, and that's why your brain did not have that information in itself to write down in the exam. Or let's move back, you did not understand the concept, you did not understand the chapter. Now maybe it's because of number of reasons, but what is the first thing you need to do to rectify all the bad things, right? First thing, if you need to change the teacher, do it ASAP. Because beta, there are so many teachers out there, everyone has a different style of study, and you may not connect with all of those, right? And that's completely normal. You may not connect with me, or you may not connect with some very, very good teachers out there, because your style is different than their style or my style. So you need to find a teacher that fits best in your style, that you can connect with, whose understanding is something you can connect with. You can understand the concepts the way they are teaching. Okay, then beta, we talk about notes and materials. If you have made the notes and materials, well and good, we will directly jump on them. If you haven't, this is the time to find that teacher on YouTube. If it's best, go watch the one shots, join the live sessions in our channel Diksha Vedantu. Also, I have so many one shots on the channel. Go watch those. If you think these are good for you, maybe give it a go. Then come to live sessions, ask doubts, do the numericals, do the questions. And beta, finally now is the time to study, to give time to ourselves so that we can get a good score in boards, because I know beta, you have lots of people to prove that you are meant something, that you can do it, right? I know, right? So beta, this is where we start. Now next, the first thing you have to do, right, we did before these PT tests, before these vacations, we were so tensed about all the books. What books should I do? What books, from which books the questions should I do, right? But I will tell you one thing today, just follow NCERT for now. If you have backlogs, if you don't have backlogs at all, same, just follow NCERT for now at this moment, because NCERT is the BAP of all the books. Beta, the whole paper, the whole board question paper will come from NCERT. Not a single concept will come out of it. Maybe the questions can be molded differently, but the whole concept, the whole formula will be exactly from NCERT. So that is the first thing you need to do. Its exemplar questions are the second thing you need to do if you want to be good at questions and numericals and write down the actual answers in your answer book, right? And of course back exercises with it. Now beta, once you have done NCERT, now we move on to revision. See, in backlogs, what is the one thing that people overlook is they just try to complete the syllabus. They just try to complete the NCERT. Okay, there are 2 chapters in my backlogs. I just skim through it and I'll complete the backlog. It just gives you an illusion that you completed the backlog. But are those concepts exactly engraved in your brain, in your soul? Do you remember when somebody asks you what is photosynthesis, what are life processes, what is the sign of focal length of concave mirror? Can you answer directly? Can you? If you can, then it's okay. But all these things, if they are not engraved in your brain, that means you didn't revise them after skimming through those chapters, just adding on to the numbers. Okay, I completed 2 chapters of backlogs. But if you don't revise them, they will again come into the category of backlogs. Okay, so what do? You complete the NCERT. That was our first process. Then after that, beta, if you have any doubts, you go through your lectures, your notes, make short notes. If you have not make short notes, and this will be the best thing you will do for yourself for your boards, because before your PT test too, before your half yearly, just 2 hours before your test, these are going to be very, very helpful. Okay, then beta, written practice. This is the one thing that most kids won't do, that they will revise. When I talk about revision, they will again open the NCERT or again open the notes and they will start reading it. But that's not revision. That's just rereading. Revision is something you take a revision notebook, an extra rough notebook, and whatever that is written in your notes, you write them down. Important definitions, important formulas, maybe try 1 or 2 numericals that you can't do the last time. See if you can do it now or not. See if you understood the concept, the formula or not. If you can write these formulas down without looking at the notes, that is exact revision. So when do you do these revisions? Of course, but beta, you should have done it after the class, but okay, that goes into backlog, fine. But now we are giving some extra time to backlogs, but before your class test, before your term test, and then active recall, these tests are made for the reason of covering your backlogs. We all know, everybody knows, we went through the same thing. We had some backlogs, but in class tests, in PT tests, we realized that these are the chapters we don't know, so we studied. After PT tests, we know that these are our mistakes, so we improved on it. In PT2 again improve, half yearly again improve, pre-board again improve. So just before that boards, you are getting so many chances to improve, and if you use that to do the revision in the perfect manner, in the right approach, then you will be unstoppable. Okay, now beta, the next thing is your solid plan. Now you know what you need to do. You need to do the NCERT, then lectures, notes, short notes, and written practice. We all know that. But when to do that is the question, because your schools are still going on, right? Now beta, for these backlogs, you do have to give a small amount of time extra to yourself. Okay, just 40 to 45 minutes every day. I'm not talking about 2 to 3 hours, just 40 to 45 minutes every day for that backlog chapter, the chapter that you don't know. Let's say light chapter is your backlog chapter, you didn't do that chapter. Every day just 30 to 40 minutes to the chapter light, and that's it. Because now you don't have to read NCERT line by line. You open NCERT, along with that you open notes. You study the notes. If you have any doubt, go to NCERT, go to one-shot lectures, go to some doubt videos. That's how you will study, right? So that's everything. Every day you have to give 40 to 45 minutes. Do not wait till Sunday, because on Sunday you will want to go out with your friends, you will want to spend time with your family, you will want to go out and play for it some bit, right? So Sunday is still keep that for your leisure, and from that Sunday, maybe take out some extra time for your backlogs, because these are backlogs. So on Sunday, just take 1 to 2 hours or 2 to 3 hours, whatever seems best to you, and take out that time to again complete the chapter light. And you will see within half a week, including a Sunday, let's say, so you started on Wednesday, 40 minutes Wednesday, 40 minutes Thursday, 40 minutes Friday, 40 minutes Saturday, and 2 hours on Sunday. Your light chapter is completed. More than that, I'm even giving you less credit for it, but even if you have 2 chapters, you will be able to complete those in 4 to 5 days, because I am assuming that you did it in the class. At least you heard it. Your brain has heard that there are 2 mirrors, concave and convex. Similarly, 2 lenses, concave and convex. You just need to go through it again, draw the diagrams again, and revise, and then put all the stuff in your brain, okay, and keep it safe there. Done? Now beta, one thing that you might have to do a little bit different from the last time you studied. See, last time you studied line by line, NCERT, right? But now we don't have the time to study line by line, right? So what you will do, you will study from your notes, or you will see the one-shot lectures. All the one-shot lectures are available on our channel, Diksha Vedantu CBSE English. So go watch that. If you have any doubts, come to the live sessions. But if you have less time, watch them on a 2x speed. Maybe start with 1.25, 1.5, or if not, just watch it on 1 speed, right? Then beta, do the questions. There are so many lives available on our channel as well. I just did all the questions in those chapters. Even the light chapter one questions are so much in number that are available. So you can go watch that, or you can use some solved examples in NCERT, then move to unsolved ones. Okay, then beta, study material for now for completing backlogs, just follow NCERT. Okay, then beta, your final method, that is break or long study, you have to decide. If you want to study for 1 hour straight, or you want to take breaks after 20 minutes, that's on you. That's a personal perception that you need to study for yourself, figure out yourself what suits you best. Okay, so that is a solid comeback plan, I will call this, after our first PT test. Okay, now beta, a bonus tip after that is your, one thing is sure, that don't ignore present chapters, because then they will be added to your backlogs. You have to study for those 2 hours. Let's say your self-study time is 2 hours. Now you have to stretch it 30-40 minutes more to complete those backlogs. Now these backlogs doesn't mean that you ignore the present chapters, right? So normal study hours plus extra time for backlogs. A little bit you have to do. A little bit. I'm not asking so much, but a little bit effort you have to do. Okay, and now for the bonus tip that you may be missed in your PTs is your answer presentation. Beta, you might overlook this, but you will understand after your PT test that presentation of the answer is so much important. It is as important as studying that concept as getting the knowledge. So basic, it should be neat, it should be clean, right? Structure, now also in PT test you follow the structure, that section A, B, C. In science we have biology, chemistry and physics, different now. So you try to do it in that manner only. Okay, diagrams neatly, and they should be labeled properly. Then beta, keywords, underline those keywords. We all know how important these things are, and even if you have to cut neatly. Here is the best example. See, the keywords are underlined, the words, they are cut neatly, and after every answer a proper line is left, so that when teacher is checking your answer, she is not getting confused. Okay, I have to figure out where the exact answer is. They should be clearly able to read your answer, and then judge the answer if it's right or not. Don't give them extra work of looking at the answer and feel like, what is this? It doesn't matter, your handwriting should be really good. Your handwriting can be anything. It just should be just neat, it should be just clean. Okay, you should leave margins, and all that stuff is more important than your actual handwriting. And at the last beta, you can do all of this and still won't be a topper. Why? Because toppers are 1% club. What they do 10 tests. They take tests. They are not afraid of the tests. They took PT tests not lightly. They take it seriously, and the PT2 they will take even more seriously to improve on their mistakes. So these school tests, these term tests, half yearlies, pre-boards, your mock tests, take them very, very, very seriously, because beta I personally did a mistake once in my 12th boards. I didn't give pre-board of physics, okay, and I scored very badly in the boards, and in all the other exams I gave the pre-boards of maths, chemistry, everything, and I scored well. Why? Because tests make you show your mistakes. They show where you lag, and then you can improve. If I don't know my mistakes, how will I improve? I will make the same mistakes in the final boards as well. So take these tests very, very, very carefully, coming from a very personal experience. Okay, and the last beta, your science, mathematics, social science are very important, but do not forget your languages as well, the English language as well. Don't ignore the format, the grammar for Hindi, for Kannada, for all other regional languages you have. Do not ignore those as well, because they add up to your marks, right? And these are the 4 things that in now we have second board examinations you can attempt again, but those regional languages you won't be able to attend, right? So make sure you give your perfect in those languages as well. Okay, so beta, that was the whole comeback plan. I need you to focus now and take control in your hand, because you have so many people to prove that you can do it. That those relatives, those teachers which think that you can't, and your parents who will be so proud if you made a so good score in your class 10 boards. Just imagine that face, and you will be back on track in no time. The only thing you need is discipline, consistency, and tests for improvement. Okay beta, that is it for this video. I hope this gave you a little bit motivation to start. So go, keep your mobile away, turn off this YouTube, and go study right now. I'll meet you in the next video. Tata, bye bye.